Audio is installed. Let's get this going. What's up, everybody? We're live. No issues happened. How are you doing today? It's Sunday. It's Calm and Fury. It's me, YourFace. It's Angel. Trindominus. We hope you guys are having a good weekend. I haven't had that great of a weekend so far, but we're gonna pick it up. We still got one more day on this extended weekend, so never let it get you down. Angel, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Well, now, thankfully, we've improved our audio game. As you can tell, we can fade music out now. It's beautiful, except for that part where it like echoed and like dropped a horrible audio bomb at the beginning of the stream.
Nobody caught it. It's all good. We're good.
Well, Blue Cheese has to come up in here and be like, it's quiet. I know it's quiet.
She's just keeping it real. She keeps it real.
Okay, what if I do this manually? Okay, so these digital sound processing crap, they don't work. Thanks, XSplit. I will not be continuing to use your services. But yeah, it's been a week. I don't know. You played some games. I played some games. How has it been for you this week, Angel? Besides awesome or incredible, whatever you said, I forgot.
It's good. It was good. No, it was good, man. It was a long week. I've been spending time working out. Went for a run, trying to be a little more active.
That's what I need.
To try and counteract all of these many hours of gaming that I'm doing now. And I finished up The Messenger. Got the platinum trophy for it, for both the main game and DLC. And then outside of that, I've just been getting my feelings hurt by Bloodborne. Pretty simple.
I mean, that's a given. It's Bloodborne. It's gonna hurt your feelings.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wish more.
We're gonna talk about that later, so we'll get into it. I'll get some specifics.
The specifics.
That'll be for later.
Well, I didn't play too many games this week. I did beat some games though. I didn't get to stream as much, though. I played Journey, which we'll talk about, since Angel did play it earlier, or sometime in the past. When did you play Journey?
Maybe it's probably last month.
Last month, okay, so yeah, it's still fresh. Perfect, we can talk about it. And then I played some Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, a little fighting game that came out last year. Hey, don't judge me. It's actually a decent fighting game. It's got good net play. I didn't do any online. I just played the story, but it's got some cool stuff in there. Some cool characters and some awesome combos. I'd like to dig more into it, but I don't have that kind of time, unfortunately.
I don't know. Beating a fighting game? I don't know, man.
It counts. If it has a story mode, it counts.
I guess.
No, there's no guessing here. There's true facts, true statements.
All right.
But you know what? Since I brought it up, let's talk about some journey.
Joining.
Let's go on a little journey.
I don't have too much to say about that.
I think there's a lot to say, honestly. Maybe. I mean, it's a short game, yeah. It's about 2 hours. You don't really do too much in the way of like combat. You kind of wander. You go on a journey. You take in the sights, the sounds. It's a very pretty game. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie, it was so pretty I cried. I didn't mean for it to happen. I started feeling my eyes sweating. I'm like, oh god damn it, I gotta turn my camera off. This is embarrassing.
It creeps up on you, man. It creeps up on you sometimes, and then everybody remembers. It sucks.
Yep. And it was like, I remember the specific point. It was like you're like surfing down the sands, and you go down this like corridor, and like there's the pillars, and then in the background you see the sun setting, and you see the sun reflecting off the sand. It was gorgeous.
But yeah, it is. It's very, I think the industry term is immersive. So you feel like you're there. It happened to me a couple times where I would just get lost in the traversal of the sand dunes, and then the music would just match up with what was going on, and it was just really nice. Yeah. Like one of these sections. You're just going. There's no pressure. There's no stress. You're just in the moment. Enjoying the beauty and the sounds. Sometimes it felt lonely, right? Because it's just you, and then out of nowhere you would see some other random nomad, and then I would find myself getting excited during those moments.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I'm glad you brought it up. But what were you saying? Finish your thought.
No, that's it. That's the end of the thought. Like I would just get excited when I would see somebody.
See, I had the exact opposite effect, and Decisive, this is number 11. There is a playlist, it's just not, well, the playlist is visible on YouTube, but the videos are not. I don't know if you can actually see them. I'm still working on them. I had some issues this week, which we'll get into at the home that I had to deal with. SFA Void, what's up? But yeah, this part right here. This is the part I cried. Yeah, this is the like drop-in co-op thing. I didn't like it first. I'm like, because it completely, just the game itself completely goes against all ways I play games. Like, it's one of those games where you can't go in with like a mind, like a general mind like ours, where we come in and be analytic and like, oh, if I press jump and I hold it down this long, will it get me higher? And if I jump here, will it make it to this point? You got to kind of get that out of the way. So that was the first level of the game, me just figuring that out, like, okay, I can't think about it, I just got to play it. And then as I was playing along, people would join in. I'm like, who the hell are you? I don't want anything to do with you. Because I just wanted to experience the game alone, on my own, and figure out the puzzles on my own. And I got to a certain point, I think it's the next level after this one, or if it's not, it's the level after it, where you're like in a tower. And I wanted to explore and look for stuff, but then this guy popped in with me and started like doing all the puzzles. And he did a puzzle that, to the point where it prevented me from seeing like a hidden area, because when you do the puzzle, you see the part where like the little carpet whale comes out of a wall, and then you go in the wall and get the secret. But yeah, I missed that. So that was kind of frustrating. But it did change the way I played the game, since I was playing and then the way the game was set, I had to play with people. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to stop like searching around for stuff and just play the game, help my teammate out, because they obviously just want to run through it. So it forced me to be a better teammate. It forced me to change my ways for a little bit. And in that way, it was good in that a game was able to make me change. But I still would have liked to like experience it the first time alone and just see. But yeah, I had fun. I went back through same night and did all the achievements except for the one where you have to wait 7 days to play again. And so I have to wait 7 days for that. But shout out to Leah, who was in the chat, came in, popped in with me in my game and helped me find all the secrets and stuff. But yeah, that was my journey through Journey. I loved it. I liked it. I just, I don't know. It wasn't my play style. I didn't get to play it my way, but I still liked it a lot.
I think I agree with those sentiments. Yeah, same thing. The only difference is when somebody would jump in, I actually I enjoyed it because the environment seemed so barren in comparison to the games I had been playing. So I was used to having enemies or something going on. So it seemed very empty, so to speak. And then seeing that extra person, it was, I think it even drove home the desolation that you feel when playing Journey, because there's really not much. There's no tutorial. There's nothing. It's like a Dark Souls. They just throw you in and they're like, here, figure this out.
Yeah.
You know. But I don't know. Immersive is the only word I could think of right now to try and describe Journey. It's very immersive. And to me, when the other people would jump in, whether or not they helped me get through the puzzle or not, it just was interesting to see someone. And then like you're seeing on the screen right now, where you could hit the button to do this little sound. It was it was kind of fun because you're like, oh, we're interacting. We're two very different people. We can't talk to each other, but we're figuring out a way to interact, and that's and it's adding to the experience. So I was impressed by Journey. I enjoyed it. Not too bad. Not too bad.
All right.
I didn't cry though.
Wow.
But it was good.
You've tried plenty of times to make up for not crying in Journey.
I can neither confirm nor deny these accusations.
Okay. Well, you played.
So I guess
what's up?
Go ahead. Well, no, I was going to say, just to summarize, would you say make this an absolute recommendation for everybody?
Of course, especially since it's not a long game. Like, you can spare 2 hours to try out a game, and then you'll finish it, and you'll get your full experience. Crush, what's up? What's up? I don't know why I said what's up twice. I was going to say something else, and my brain just stopped working.
It just stayed on what's up.
Because, yeah, exactly. I went back. I rewound like a cassette before I stepped into the wrong bear trap on that one and said the wrong thing. But, yeah. So you played some Bloodborne. Tell us about your experience.
Mother fluffing Bloodborne. Listen, it's Dark Souls. I don't care what anybody says. It's Dark Souls with a new paint job. And by paint job, I mean they didn't even put any more colors in there. They took away colors to make Bloodborne. But if you've played Dark Souls, you've played Bloodborne. Except you just have to be more aggressive. But it's Dark Souls. So if you've ever played a Dark Souls game, everything that you have, both positive and negative, is there in Bloodborne. It's the exact same thing. So, flaws. It's broken. It doesn't make sense sometimes, and it only doesn't make sense because I'm figuring out the computations and why it changes. Gameplay will change. Enemy animations will change, whether they're closer to buildings or on angles. Your hitbox changes. The hitbox of your weapon will change. All of this stuff is in flux. And then it's also the frame rate isn't always at its optimal level.
Yeah.
You know what?
Oh, sorry. Continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Now, I was going to say, in the midst of all of this anger that I'm spewing at the game, I love it.
It always comes back to that.
It's a broken mess, but the difficulty is its charm, man. It really is. So I'm enjoying it. I get upset. Thank goodness for Blue Cheese and Rage 2.0, my squishy, non-destructible controller. If it wasn't for that, I would have gone through a controller by now.
Yeah, you were talking about the frame rate. I only played Dark Souls 1 for a little bit, and I never got a chance to go back and finish it. But other than that, that's my only experience in the Souls series and the spiritual successors and whatnot. But I was watching a video, and you mentioned the frame rate about this issue, and there was like some weird like settings adjustments that you can do to like smooth out the frame rate. I'm not sure if it works on like the original like standard PlayStation, but I'll send you that video and see if you can make some adjustments and see if that'll help you in any way.
Change this thing? Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
I think like the main thing is that you just like change your output to 720p, and you'll like smooth out the frame rate like that.
I just want to say, for everybody who was watching my streams who thought I was full of shit, thank you, Eric. For unbeknownst to you, people think I am full of shit when I get analytical and I break down the games and I talk about the difficulties. But you're helping me out. You proved me right. I'm not making it up. There are holes in the game that you have to work around. And then once you figure out the holes and work around them, the game is like, yeah, bro, I know you just figured that out. Here's a new set of variables that you didn't know about because we just made them. Anyways, I still like the game.
Alrighty, well.
It's a toxic relationship that I can't get away from. That's what it is. Soul series. Ugh. Anyways, are you playing it? Have you played it?
No.
What you got?
No.
Are you not going to play it?
I mean, more than likely not. If I have the opportunity to pick it up, I will gladly play it, but as of now, I don't really see that happening. Just because I would have to acquire the game and all that. I don't know. Probably not a lot of work.
It's a big change. Like you can't, the way you play a Dark Souls game. Well, actually, I think they said that it's now called Soulsborne. I guess that's the genre now.
The subcategory.
I don't know, whatever. But we just call it the Souls game. But how you play a Souls game is not how you play other games. Put it that way. So there's coming into a Souls game, there's a different nuanced gameplay style. So I guess be ready for that. And it's either people love it or they hate it. You know what I mean? That's how it is. But the gameplay style comes from the fact that I don't know if it's the engine. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that the game plays. It's very clunky. And although I shouldn't say that because Bloodborne is pretty smooth. It is a lot smoother than the original Dark Souls and even Dark Souls 2. But it has this like tanky, heavy feeling to it. And it's not very smooth. The combat isn't very smooth, but it is very deliberate. And then the enemies all hit hard. Everybody hits hard all the time. You know what I mean? So you'll be feeling good. You'll figure out the game. You'll be like, yo, I got the nuance. I got this. And then all of a sudden you get hit by an enemy who will put you like in between a rock and a hard place, hit you twice, and then you die. And you're like, yo, what the hell just happened? So whatever. And you're like, yo, how'd I break my controller? I'm like, oh shit, I don't know. Bloodborne.
Okay, that probably wouldn't happen to me. I think the last time I threw a controller, I was thinking about this. The last time I threw a controller was I was playing Madden, and I had the game won. Like I purposely like ran out the clock at the end, had the ball on the 1 yard line, and then my team just didn't show up on the last play, and I got stuffed at the end zone. It was like at a friend's house, and we were playing a couple years ago, and I was so mad because God, I was right there, I had it, and just got stuffed at the 1 yard line with no time left. Heartbreaking. So
that
like,
sucks.
I threw it down on like this footrest thing, this ottoman, and it's like it was an Xbox controller, so the back cover popped off and the battery flew out.
The batteries. Yeah.
But yeah, you played Bloodborne on your own. I played, like I said, a little Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Are you gonna bring up a video? Yes. Yes.
So,
see what this is.
Wait, why does this look different?
Because the game is trash.
Trash? Have you played it?
No, I've never heard of it.
You can't say that then. But this select screen looks really different versus the one I was seeing.
Oh, so it's a three teamer, like
Marvel.
Marvel vs. Cap. Is that how it handles? It's like a Marvel game.
Yes, but but weird thing is, like in the story mode, there wasn't a lot of like team stuff. It was usually you by yourself or you with one other teammate, and then you would swap between those. But the majority of the game was like you, like one character versus multiple characters. It was really weird. But
like your one character versus the AI's multiple characters?
Yeah. But it was mostly like fodder characters, like soldier grunts. Like there would be 3 that you fight against at once or something. And then maybe like 2, and then like the main guy. But yeah, it handled pretty well. Didn't get a lot of time to really like work on combos since I was just running through the story, just to see what the heck that was about. Which for starters, was the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my entire life. The most confusing fighting game story ever. Well, maybe it's on par with like a Super Smash Brothers, where they just take these characters and they want to feature them, but they don't have a real good way of doing that. So they like make up this stupid story with time travel and whatnot, and different dimensions. And it starts off like one of the characters dies. I'm not going to say who, but yeah. So you get like a couple from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from like the 90s, and you get like Space Rangers and Time Rangers, and I don't know. I don't know where half these people were, but they all did cool stuff, and they did flashy stuff like this. So it was just fun to watch and play. But I highly recommend it. It's on Game Pass, so if you already have that, it's free. Just play it.
Game Pass sounds like the better option. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It seems like almost every game that you're playing, you're like, it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, that's. I should get paid for this. We should get a sponsorship for Game Pass, because all the games I play are essentially on Game Pass. But I mean, this just makes it easier for me to play new stuff on Xbox or PC, because I can just grab it on Game Pass. I don't have to go out to the store, find it, buy it, pay money. Good to go. Just download it and be ready to play. But yeah, I wish I had played some online stuff. Apparently, this game has one of the better onlines of numerous fighting games. It's like this one, Killer Instinct, and Skullgirls are like the top 3 online, because they use this like rollback feature, which improves online across the board, which is the opposite of what like Street Fighter and all the other fighting games use. So if you probably played one of these games online, you probably wouldn't have broken a controller. Just saying. But
freaking Street Fighter! Oh my gosh! Talk about another toxic relationship that I just got out of. Oh my gosh!
Hey,
terrible.
It's whatever.
All right. Well, apparently Power Rangers is good. When you said it, I just expected it to be some cheesy throwaway title that you were like, yeah, I'll just try it. Get a quick game beat and move forward.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have played it if it was like cheesy and dumb, but I've heard a lot of good things about it in terms of like the fighting game side and the online side. I figured I'd try it, check it out. It was tested by Justin Wong, so it must be good, I guess.
Yeah. The king of Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yep. Speaking of games, no, never mind. We'll get to that in a moment. But all right. Yeah. So we got some interesting stories. I don't know if Crush is still here, but he wants to hear the story about the Wasp. So we'll skip to the life and times of YourFace for now, because
all right,
I want to talk about this so I can explain it in case it happens again. Just so you know, in case the stream ends abruptly, this is why. So yeah, the last couple days, some wasps, and then like 2 a.m. last night, or it was like midnight or something. We'll get to that in a second. Wasp first. So Friday, a wasp, as I was finishing up work, I was about to clock out. I'm like, all right, awesome. I'm going to play some games. I'm going to work on the YouTube videos for our stream, for our podcast. It's going to be a good night. And then it's like 5:50. I clock out at 6, and I see a wasp just come out like above my computer screen, like right here. I'm like, son of a bitch. And I was like, well, first I had to like back out because it was coming straight at me, and it flew back over here to this window, which is ahead of, like, right in front of me. So I had to go into like battle mode. Like all my focus is on this thing, and I have to plan it out. You're talking about being like analytical and stuff. You're over here laughing at me. I don't know. I have a thing with bugs. It's mostly flies, but bugs are like my Achilles heel. So this wasp, okay, landed over here on the window. I go into battle mode, focus entirely on that, go into analytical mode, and I start strategizing. I'm like, how am I going to get this bastard? I got it trapped behind the blinds of the window. I just got to time it right. When it comes out, I'm just going to hit it in the face with the box. Look, I don't have a fly swatter, and that wouldn't probably work on a wasp. Okay, what do you want? I don't have wasp poison or whatever.
Okay.
So I ran up. I had this like box from a weight scale I just bought. Oh yeah, I told that story last week. So it's looking at me. It's got its beady little eyes focused on me. I come up to it. It crawls out from the side of the blinds, peeks its head out. I come in, I try to smash it with the box. It evades me. It hops over the box, comes straight at me. I'm like flailing, trying to get out of the way. I'm like, okay, new plan.
Wow.
Look, I've never been stung by a wasp. I don't know if I'm going to die if it happens, so I have to be careful, you know? You got to take all the precautions. So, yeah, so my next plan, I get trapped behind the blinds again, and I'm just waiting for it to line up, like I'm waiting for its shadow to appear, to be cast on the blinds from the sunlight. So
how big is this wasp?
It was pretty damn big. So, all right, so the box didn't work. There's not enough surface area, I figured. So what I did was I got a pair of jeans, I wrapped it around my fist, and
oh my gosh.
You're laughing too hard at this. But so yeah, I got the jeans, wrapped it around my fist, and I waited for it to line up, the sun to line up with the shadow and where it was on the window. And I ran up to it. I hopped over some boxes that I had laying in the way on the battlefield, nearly tripped over it, reared back, and just like hit the window, or the blinds on the window, which hit the window, which crushed the wasp, eliminating it. And I'm like, okay, cool. It was one wasp. It's over. I don't have to worry about this ever again. So fast forward to yesterday, I was streaming Power Rangers. I had just finished the game. I was like, literally, the credits just ended. I'm like, let me try arcade mode. And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see above my monitor, another wasp comes out of nowhere. I'm like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. So I'm like, you know what, stream over. I ended the stream, and I started like focusing on this bastard. Hold on. So, yeah, I tried the same strategy, try to get it to behind the blinds, but this motherfucker was smart, I'm telling you. He he would never get on the actual window. He would just walk around the perimeter on the windowsill, just like toying with me. He'd pop his head out, look at me, be like, yo, motherfucker, what's up? I ain't gonna be on this window.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm like, okay, this is the same strategy yesterday is not going to work here. This guy knows. He's experienced this before. He's been battle tested. I'm going to try a new strategy. I wish I had like video for this.
Yeah, but, I feel like this would be a great movie. like a short clip, you know?
Yeah, well, it gets better. Believe me. I do have some stuff for this. So as I'm talking, I'm going to pull it up. But yeah, so develop a new strategy. I kind of tried like a modified version of the strategy the day before. So I had the jeans. I was ready to go. But every time I got close to the window, it's like he could smell me. He'd pop his head out and be like, "I'm watching you." I took one too many steps. He'd start buzzing around, flying towards me. I'm like, God damn it. So I got too close one too many times. And he's like, all right, I'm out of here. Peace out. He jumps from the window, flies by me, and then goes into my bedroom. And I'm like, fuck. Now I don't know where it is because there's like closed door. Look.
Oh man.
Look, okay. I had the door closed before, and then it snuck in that time I was going after him. Actually, I can't close the door all the way for some reason. Oh, I had that like pull-up bar up, so I didn't take it down, and I couldn't close the door.
Muscles. All right. Swole.
So yeah, so it's in my room. I'm sneaking around in there trying to find it. I hear it buzz on the blinds of the window. I'm like, okay. Since before, I didn't have the ability to grab my Windex, which is what I use to like kill flies. I've never tried it on wasps. I don't have bug spray, so this is the closest thing I got. by the way. Wasps, or not wasps, flies. Like you want to knock out some flies, get some Windex, spray it on them, get the 2 squirts on them. You'll burn off their wings, and they'll just like eventually just like thaw, or not thaw, but like freeze up and die. Easy money.
I did not know that.
But
did not know that.
Or just like machine gun on them until they stop moving. Whichever you prefer. Whichever makes you feel better when you kill them. But yeah, so since the wasp was hovering over like the cabinet, or like the little drawer I had my Windex in from when I was moving, I couldn't get to it before. So I was in the bedroom, I got the Windex, I came over, I was just like spraying the heck out of the window because I couldn't see it. I knew it was in there somewhere, but I was just trying to get some like splash damage, and it was pissing it off, but it was like burning its wings, so it couldn't go anywhere. But it learned its lesson. It's like, I'm not hanging out anywhere near these windows. So once again, he just crawled around the perimeter of the window over and over again. I'm just watching him. I'm just waiting, trying to be patient, wait for my opportunity to strike. Get that. If you're a My Hero Academia fan, trying to get that Texas smash in and just obliterate it with like a quick little 1-2. But so this went on for like a good 30 minutes, just like waiting for my opportunity to strike because I don't want to miss. And then like it hop out on my hand and then just like sting me, and then I get pissed, and then I might die because again, never been stung by a wasp. But yeah, so finally it starts like changing up its pattern. This is like a video game. It changes up its pattern. It decides it wants to play a little on the window. So I'm like, okay, you do you. Get a little comfortable with that window. So it comes up, starts crawling a little bit more. On the next pass, it crawls up a little bit more. And then this next time, I'm like, all right, I got you, man. Crawl straight up the middle of the window. I'm like, this is it. I run up to the side of the window. I'm standing on my bed, and I come up and just like rear back, take my swat, but I may have hit the window a little too hard.
You broke the window?
Yes. I punched straight through my window.
I had a feeling that was going to happen. I was surprised it didn't happen the first time.
Yeah, well, here's the picture. It's not the greatest picture because I had to rush, but you can see some glass down here. You can't see my mouse, can you? No.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you see some trash bags there. I had to immediately grab trash bags because outside on the balcony where all the wasps were hanging out. So I punched the window, and I'm like, oh shit! So I'm scrambling, like hanging up trash bags everywhere, just trying to get some sort of like coverage before wasps and other bugs start flying in. And luckily, I guess because I had my hand wrapped up, and I hit the blinds first. Nothing got cut on my arm, but the window shattered for the most part. There's some chunks in there, but if you can, I can't. Let me see if I can zoom in.
That's ridiculous.
I can't zoom in. That's about as good as you're gonna get. But yeah, glass everywhere. Funny thing is, like you hear the loud pop of the window, and then the glass just like raining down on my balcony. Outside, there's kids playing, people walking around the neighborhood. Nobody took a look up to my apartment with my arm sticking out. Like, what's up with this dude? They just minded their own business.
That's what they should be doing. That's right.
I guess they've seen some stuff around here, but
you must be living in the ghetto. That's it. That's funny.
But yeah, so I spent the rest of the night patching up the window with trash bags and tape.
Damn.
It got tested earlier. It started raining, but luckily I did a decent enough job. So along with that,
that's actually really funny.
I was trying to figure out where the hell these bastards were coming from. So I thought it was, well, I don't know. I still don't know. But I thought it was like maybe a hole somewhere in my sliding glass door. So I stuck some like trash bags up into any crevice I could, trying to keep anything out. And then I thought it was over. I swept up all the glass. I still have the glass here because it was raining. I couldn't go throw it away this morning. But yeah, I thought it was over. And so I go back to playing games. I'm comfortable. I'm starting to get comfortable in my home again. And then again, I start seeing something crawl up on the wall across from me. But it wasn't a wasp. It was a giant-ass motherfucking cockroach. And I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck did you get in here? I'm like, and I don't know what to do. because it's at this point it's on the ceiling and it's just crawling over me. I can't reach it. I can't do anything. I just have to watch it and just learn and like, how do I attack this situation? So I stood there, try to get as much of a view of the room as I could, but eventually the stupid piece of shit decided to fall on top of my fan. And I'm like, now I can't see him.
He probably got bopped somewhere, or he was on the motor part.
Yeah, he was on the top part, like that motor part, and he was just hiding up there for a little bit. I'm like, now I don't know where he is. So I'm looking around, trying to like get an eye on him. I turn to like go back to my bedroom, and I see a shadow fly by me. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I was just about to say,
the motherfuckers can fly. What the fuck?
Ugh, like, it's making me feel weird without thinking about it.
It was terrible. It was disgusting and horrible. And I hate it. It makes my skin crawl, like you said, thinking about it, just flying by me.
Ugh.
But yeah, luckily I had like I don't know how it got in. Like first of all, I had this container open with like some stuff in it, and I was gonna throw it away anyway. So luckily it went to that, and I just slammed the lid on it, caught it, and then just threw it out of my apartment. And I'm like, I'm done with this motherfucking shit. What the fuck? But yeah,
that sucks.
I started like researching on cockroaches, and the size of the thing, it was like 3 inches. It was big. It was like 2.5, 3 inches. And I'm like, how did it get that big? There's no way. Because if it had been like hanging out, growing in here, if it was something I caused, there'd be more than one. There's no way that it just by itself. It had to have crawled in somewhere, the same place these wasps are getting in, and it has to be somewhere on my window. So the rest of the night, it's like 4 a.m. I'm stuffing trash bags. I'm taping up holes. I'm just like, nothing. Hopefully nothing gets in anymore. But I don't know what to do. That's where I'm at right now.
Do you have a dryer in your?
Yes, I have a dryer
in your apartment. Okay. No. It's because they can get in. Well, it is possible that they could get in through the windows, the doors, the bottom of the doors. Especially since you said that it had rained before, and then the roaches came in after. You noticed the roaches after the rain. Is that correct?
No, it rained a couple days ago, I think. Before that, but.
Oh. Well, because what'll happen too is that'll force them inside. So if they're hanging out outside or by the dumpsters or whatever, they'll start expanding. So it may not be you. You may not be gross. It's just, they're finding a way in.
I'm not gross.
It took it personal.
I mean, I may leave a plate on the table on occasion, but I throw it away at the end of the day.
I'm not gross.
I try to be clean. I didn't want this issue. Now I have 2 issues, and I don't know what to do with either of them. I don't know if the wasps are gone. I don't know if the roaches are going to be a continued problem.
It's actually really funny. It's not funny, but it's funny.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Believe me, I completely understand. Like, I was thinking about it as I was cleaning up yesterday, and it's like, I hate and love my life at the same time, because I hate the situation that I'm in. I got to deal with this nonsense. But I think it's, like, if it was happening to anybody else, I'd be laughing. I think it's hilarious. It's a great story. It's entertainment for you guys, so.
So, Mazzy Rip just put in a link to a flamethrower. That's how you deal with them.
I mean, if I want to set my apartment on fire, yeah. But yeah, so I hit up the apartment people. I said, I need immediate attention on these wasps. I need immediate attention on this window. And I'm hoping that it's the end of that, but we'll see. It's about time for somebody to pop out, so we'll see. This is about the time they want to show up.
Gotta be ready. It's a war, bro. It's a war. Gotta be ready.
Yeah, that was my Twitter post. It's like, I won the battle. I obliterated the bastard that I punched out the window, but I think they won the war so far.
They're going to win the war, man. It's a battle of attrition. Dave is like, reminds me of the ghetto in New York. Facts. All the projects in New York are like that. Facts.
Man, some bastard. It's a messy. It's probably underneath me. Well, there's only one option. They're underneath me or next to me, because I'm on the top floor. and then there's some nasties getting all these roaches and stuff come in. I don't know. I just hope. I want to know that I've patched up any holes, but I won't know until something gets in. So we'll see. It sucks. Anyway,
gotta just start leaving some of the bodies around, so it'll be a warning to the other bugs. Like, yo, maybe we shouldn't go in there and mess with this guy.
there was a dead wasp on the ground before I picked it up after I killed the one yesterday, but that didn't work. It didn't matter then. They weren't scared.
No fear. Gangst.
All right. Well, let's get to some actual stories, news stories.
Okay.
So let's start with we're going to Japan, maybe.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So Japan is like trying to figure out what they're doing with tourism and stuff. So one of the ideas on the table is, for those that don't know, is they might pay for like half of your next trip to jumpstart their tourism. And I'm like, I'm in. You just tell me when. I'll be there at the end of the year. I'm going to Japan. They got their shit together. They're coming out of this better than we are. So it's, what better place to go during quarantine for vacation than Japan? And I was watching a podcast earlier, and they were mentioning like somebody from Japan was like, one of the reasons why we're so much better at this Corona thing is because of the way we speak. Our language doesn't have a lot of like P's and stuff, like stuff that like projects like a popping sound, the way they speak. So that prevents like germs and stuff from being projected out of your mouth when you talk, which makes it easier to not spread viruses and stuff. And that was a good point.
True.
Keep that in mind. So even better, another reason to go. But yeah. So let anybody know right now.
It is also pretty common that for them to walk around with the masks anyway.
That is true as well.
They do that to deal with some of the air pollution that'll come in over from China, which is the same thing that you run into in Korea as well. So not much has changed for them during quarantine, I guess you could say, or their Corona response.
Yeah, they didn't really have to adjust too much. Just probably more people with masks, but it seems like they have a better. Obviously, everybody has a better plan than the United States right now.
Yeah, America is so good at so many. No, we're not. We're terrible at a lot of things, but it's okay. America. Yeah, but if this is true, I absolutely am going to go back. Yeah. But I think I'm going to try and spend less time in Tokyo, because every time I go back to Japan, I think I've been there 3 or 4 times now, I've only hung out in Tokyo. So I want to start getting out and go to different parts of Japan this time. Osaka, somewhere I want to go. Hiroshima, do more of a cultural thing. Just go out.
We'll plan it out.
You just want to go.
Go on an adventure. We'll go to all parts of Japan. Like I said, I'm more interested in like some of that old architecture and
it's beautiful.
And just like
beautiful
the landscapes of Japan versus. I mean, I enjoy the anime and stuff and the video games, but I want to see it all. So
yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I was reading the articles on this too. They have the money allocated, but they haven't identified what they were going to do. There aren't specifics. There isn't anything set up. I think they're just doing this as a PR thing to see what the response would be. And then, they're like, oh, well, we're getting a great response, then we might as well move forward with it,
I thought there was.
That's what it seems like. Yeah. You're freaking out. Everything you feel now, you're going to be,
I don't feel safe in my home. I saw it on the camera right now. There's like a brownish thing about the size of an ant on my shirt. I'm like,
don't go to sleep.
I couldn't sleep last night. That's why I was up till 6 a.m. just plugging holes. I'm just like, I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know.
Oh, that's so funny.
But yeah, so Japan, I'm doing it.
Yeah, it should be pretty fun, man. That's Japan is a great country to go to. Oh, cool. Okay, so everybody sees our notes. Great. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about today.
I forgot to press the button. There we go.
But Japan's pretty legit. So I've been there. I did the whole video game tour, going through the different arcades that they have, multiple level arcades. I saw the gigantic Gundam. I had dinner in the place that inspired one of the fight scenes from Kill Bill. Trying to think, like Shinjuku, Roppongi, the party districts. So I went all around. Japan is like legit. It's legit. It's a great country. Yeah, 100% confident that if I had gotten orders there, I would have never left. I would have started a family, settled down. Like it would have been done. That's life.
Bazzy, you went to Japan in 1980. I can't imagine like how much different it would be to you to go now.
Super different.
That's 40 years ago. Dang.
That's a big difference, because it was different when I first went in 2010, and I went back. I was just recently there. Well, 2019 I was there, and it was different. Legit. So fun. But I still say Australia and Ireland's like on the top. Those are my recommendations to anyone. Like if you've never been to any country and you want to start traveling and you're a little worried and you want to get your feet wet, Ireland is probably the best first country to go to that I would recommend to everyone. Australia is cool. Maybe a close second, but Ireland is probably the best overseas experience that you can have for non-travelers to get your feet wet, and then you can bug out after that.
Yeah, I can see that since, well, for both of those, since there's not really a language barrier, so you won't have trouble getting around or like asking for directions or whatnot.
Yeah, that's why I recommend Ireland at the top spot, because the language barrier isn't as great, but there still is some difference. So it'll still sound exotic. It'll feel exotic. You know, you're like, oh man, I'm in Ireland. I'm in a different place. You know? You go to Australia, it's not as crazy. But that was a wonderful country. Good food. Kangaroos, delicious. Great people.
You ate a kangaroo? What's wrong with you, man?
Not a whole one.
They're a national treasure.
And they're delicious. I have to say, they go great with red wine. Gotta do as the Aussies do. Even got my boomerang, son.
I wouldn't like a boomerang, but we'll see. Yeah,
They're legit.
I want to know. Well, obviously, I need to get my passport and everything set up. Got to go redo my license just in case, just to be ready. But I don't know what's the process for like going to like a Japan or something, especially when you don't speak the language. How do you set up like an interpreter, or do you people even get interpreters? Wander around and hope for the best?
You can. So they do. Okay, so it depends on how you want to experience, right? If obviously it depends on how much money you have and blah 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 blah. But the simplest thing to do is that in most of the Asian countries, they do
learn English, like Japan.
They do. It's part of their high schooling that they learn English. So some of them can speak English, broken English, but they really work on their infrastructure. So the internet is king in those areas. So for you to go out there and get a SIM card with, unlimited data cap isn't that expensive for you to have, and you can have unlimited data. And then that's what I was using. So I would use Google Translate when I would get to places where they didn't speak English and the language barrier was there. So I would just use Google Translate, and I would show them what I was asking for, and boom, that's how I would get past a lot of stuff. They also have a lot of apps that you can use. So Japan is like leaning forward. They have an app, Travel Japan, that you get. And then they also have like Airbnbs you could stay at, or if you just wanted to do the backpacking thing, oh my God, what are those things called? They're like cheap hostels, but there's a name for it that I can't remember right now. Hostel. So they have a bunch of hostels that you can stay at that are actually really nice. Really nice. The hostels are really nice and safe. But yeah, that's primarily how it is. And then of course using credit cards, so you can take cash and use cash, which is good. But as I said before, their infrastructure is very good, so you can use your credit card when you're overseas. And then, but that's basically what I would do. So I would go there. I mean, there's more security stuff that I would do, and I can answer that if you want. But basically, what I did to bridge the barrier, the language barrier, was I would get a SIM card for the country I was going to and just use Google Translate. And I did that for like Cambodia and Vietnam, so some countries where I legitimately didn't know any of the language.
Yeah, I wonder if I would be able to do that. I don't have a SIM card in here currently. It's an eSIM card. So there's nothing I could obviously put in something new, but I don't know if my phone would work.
Oh, yeah. I have, well, yeah, actually, it's fun. It's good that you bring that up, because if you're on Sprint, I think it's Sprint and T-Mobile, your phone will not work overseas. You can only use Wi-Fi because they use a different, I think it's GSMA, I think is what it is. So they don't use an actual removable SIM card. I think the only exception to the rule might be the iPhone. I think the iPhone does both, but I can't remember. But if you're on Sprint, which I am, I can't use the Sprint phone that I have here for America. I can't use it overseas. Shout out to Sprint. But I have a different phone. Yeah, and T-Mobile. Shout out. But I have a phone that I was using in Korea. So I have a phone that I use that's specifically for when I travel overseas as the SIM card.
I think my phone would be capable. I might even have service already, just because I use Google's phone service, and they use different networks as a part of their service.
Might be possible.
Yeah, so it might be possible. If not, I think my phone could probably handle any network, but we'll have to wait and see when the day comes.
Yeah, it's all about SIM cards, man. There's a lot of security stuff too. We can get into the weeds in that, but don't worry about the language barrier. Use Google Translate.
Yeah, I just
Most
didn't want to
countries
feel.
speak English.
I just didn't want to be like
fine.
that idiot with the phone, like in the commercials, like, oh, this sign says stop.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you have to be. That's how you have to be, so that you don't cause a scene or do anything silly. That's how I was. Or ask for help, man. They love helping. They love helping Americans. They think we're very stupid.
Yeah.
So they love helping us. They'll walk. Like, I've gone to countries and I'm like, where is this? And I'll use Google Translate. And they look at me and I'll shake the head and they'll take me to where I'm going. It was like, like, all right, thanks.
Oh, God,
yeah, I'm American.
I don't know if I want to go now. I'll have like flashbacks to playing Shenmue, where they literally
good,
do
man.
that in Shenmue. Like, you'll be like, hey, where is this location? And they'll be like, come here, Sonny, I'll show you. And then you have to get stuck in this escort mission where you're being escorted to a place. I'm like, no, just tell me.
Well, that's how it is overseas, man. That's happened to me quite a few times. It's cute.
Maybe like the first time, but the second time, like, look, I can figure it out. Just tell me where to go. Just point in the general direction and I'll find it.
Nah, man. Traveling is the best time to be humble. And that's the easiest way to find out too, that we're all more alike than we are different, So many stories. Anyway, kangaroo's delicious.
All right.
What's next?
Well, I was perusing the YouTube the other day, and I came across I came across this video. It was like Xbox Live 1.0 reborn or something. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? That's an interesting like headline for a video. So I watched the video and it's like, crazy YouTube guy. Whoa, guys, you won't believe this, but there's this guy who's been modding Xboxes, and he figured out how to build an Xbox Live, like the Xbox Live 1.0 system out for servers and stuff, so you can like play Halo 2 and all the original Xbox games on Xbox Live, but like on like their own server. And I'm like, what? That's too good to be true. That doesn't sound, I don't know, do you need to be modded or something? I started doing research, and let me pull this video since it'll just have something in the background instead of us. But yeah, so this guy has been working on like modding Xboxes, and in the process, he's like, as a side project, I want to be able to play online. I want people to be able to play online. And through like reverse engineering, he figured out like how to set up servers and trick systems into like believing they're communicating with those servers. And this is like a video of him on a like original Xbox setting up an account on these servers. Let me post date this, you guys. So where's the date? Why is the date not on here? Stupid YouTube. But anyway, he put this video up a couple days ago. and then you just go through the process and you set up an account. And you can play Xbox Live on your original Xbox, the true original way. So you can go back and play some Halo 2, whatever other games were played on Xbox Live, because it's the only one I played on the original Xbox.
Halo 2, that's it. I think that's basically it that I played online.
But yeah, so it's set up, and the thing is, you don't need a modded Xbox. You can use your regular plain Jane Xbox if you still have it. In fact, it's easier to set up with a regular Xbox. You never modified any of the serial number information or anything like that. So you just literally connect to the server, set the DNS or something, and connect, and then sign up with the account, make your name, and then hop in and play. So I'm excited for whenever this comes out. I don't think it's too close, like maybe not this summer, but I think they'll be doing some beta testing starting like fall maybe. So it's a little bit of ways, but it'll be interesting to go back and play it the way it was intended to be played. I'm excited, but you never know. You look, what do you think?
I feel no way about this. I'm like, whatever. But it's only because I'm not playing any like original Xbox multiplayer type games, so it's just like, whatever.
Well, that's
whatever.
fair. Yeah. Well, for me, especially like currently going back and playing Halo 2 in the Master Chief Collection on PC, and that being complete and utter dog shit, this is exciting to hear. Just to be able to play it the right way, the original way, with no nonsense. The game just works, and that's all I care about.
That's good. Halo's legit. Old Halo is legit.
Yeah, but unlike the what do you call it? On like for more like historical aspects and preservation stuff, this is great in that sense too, just like emulators and stuff, because it gives you a way to like have that original experience for like one of those old games and not have to, well, I mean, you're jumping through a couple hoops, but it's not as bad as it could be. And I don't know, I'm excited for that regard, but we're gonna wait and see. Hopefully I'll play it one day and I'll give you a full report when that happens.
I have my original Xbox. It's in well, not the original one that I had, because I sold it to EB Games and they gave me like no money for it.
They gave you 10
and I
bucks
regretted it immediately. But I have an original Xbox One, so that'd be kind of cool to cue it back up and look at that beautiful matrix green on the screen.
Yeah.
Great.
Or just leave it on and then have those weird voices playing in the background.
I loaded a bunch of music to it and I took it with me in 2003 to Kuwait. That was my war machine. That's what it was. When I wasn't doing my stuff off base, I was back in my room playing Xbox. And there was a Tony Hawk that came out for the Xbox, the original Xbox. Was that Tony Hawk 2? Because I think we talked about this.
We talked about it last week. The first Tony Hawk game to come out on the Xbox was Tony Hawk 2. 2X to be specific.
Well, that's probably what I'm gonna be getting.
But yeah, that was a great
game. The remasters.
That was an iMod game. The last year? Yeah, it was the last year, I think. It was a Chad pick. He's like, we're getting Tony Hawk. We're getting on the Xbox version. It was fun learning that. It was frustrating watching Ryan play, since like he's just naturally good at everything. And then he's had years of experience with Tony Hawk, so he was getting 1 million points. I'm like getting a 50,000, but I improved a lot in the short amount of time. I was surprised. I think my max was 600,000. I didn't get to 1 million, but
yeah, man. It was easy. That was all about those million plus runs, bro.
Okay. Well, we'll see you get these million plus when Tony Hawk 1 and 2 come out again. And
get ready. It's going to be amazing.
I want to see these 1 million point runs.
Simple.
But yeah, let's see. So I wrote on here wrestling documentaries, but I kind of want to split that into wrestling and documentaries and just talk about some of the stuff I've been watching recently. Because they do intertwine, but also they're separate. So last weekend, after our show, The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary, finished up. Had a good finish, but everything else in the middle, I wasn't a fan of. I don't think it was a well-made documentary, but because it was Michael Jordan, everybody loves Michael. It got all the hype, but it was kind of messy. Jumped back and forth, like I said, numerous times and numerous episodes. It's like it was hard to keep track of like what's going on. Like you're like the pace of the documentary is going one direction, and then somebody will mention one thing. They'll be like, "Oh man, we played this game, and then Michael had to tie his shoes," and then you go back 20 years, and it's like, and then it tells the story of how Michael tied his shoes. I'm like, what the fuck? just do the documentary. Why are we doing 15 documentaries in one documentary? It was absurd. But the last episode was the episode probably with the least amount of flashbacks. In fact, I don't think it had any flashbacks, and it was superb. So hopefully there's like a better cut to come out eventually. But if you want to watch it, I think it's on Netflix.
I thought it was ESPN Plus.
Yeah, the
Isn't that an
ESPN Plus
ESPN thing?
and Netflix. They had like some partnership because I believe it was made by Netflix, but they put it on ESPN or something.
Really?
Yeah, something like that. Which sucks in terms of like the quality because you think it would have been better, but it's whatevs. I actually no, I've never really liked anything on Netflix, even like Stranger Things. I never liked Stranger
Better
Things.
watch your mouth.
I did like the third season because it was the most concise and focused season, but the other two I didn't like. The first two seasons. The only reason why I watched that far is because everybody talks about it. So I'm like, I'll watch it.
Well, okay. I wanted to see it, but I don't have Netflix or ESPN, so I'm like,
Man,
I gotta wait.
Hurry up.
I'll be patient.
I was there. I was an amiibo, but I was there. No, I was there for the later years, so I remember like the hype around Michael Jordan and everything. It's like, so I appreciate Michael Jordan as a player, as a cultural icon, but it could have been a better documentary. That's all I'm saying. Like, it was carried by the content, but it wasn't put together very well.
It was carried by the content. So are you saying that if it was the same, if it was made the same way with someone who wasn't as so prolific, then it wouldn't have been as successful?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, got it. I'm tracking. I'm tracking.
Like,
Got it.
nobody would have watched it. Like, they would have turned it off after episode 1 for sure. If it was anybody else. But yeah. So that's
I hope I
0
get
for
to see
2.
it.
That's 0 for 2 on Netflix documentaries. But yeah, as
You should
Hariel
go-
said, it'll be on Netflix later. I misspoke. I thought they were already uploading the episodes, but it was made by Netflix. So over 2. Netflix, we got Tiger King, not that great. And this Last Dance, okay. I need some good documentaries. Luckily, we have Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh man, Dark Side of the Ring's legit.
Have you watched the most recent one, or what's the last one you watched?
Though I don't know where I'm supposed to go to watch them, so I just see them whenever they pop up on YouTube.
What's the last one you remember watching?
The one about oh my god, the one promoter who was always coked up and wearing cowboy boots.
Okay, perfect.
Something Abrams or something.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about that one when it came out, and I just forgot about it. But perfect. I want to talk about that one. The most recent one, the season finale, was the Owen Hart one, which was...
Oh, actually, I did see that. Yeah,
Okay.
I did see that.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And then we're all caught up. But yeah, that promoter one was kind of like a filler episode, but it was really relatable for me because it takes me back to like making.
Oh yeah.
Well, not like the cocaine part, but just like the origins of like how he came to like create this promotion, because he was just a guy who's like, I love this wrestling thing, and I want to make it better. And so when he approached like Vince McMahon and other people, they just turned him down. They're like, "You're an idiot, go away." So he took that like criticism, and he's like, "I'm gonna take this. I don't need you. I'll make my own wrestling promotion with blackjack and hookers."
Yeah, basically. Basically.
But I did that exact same thing with that.
IMOG.
With IMOG essentially with fuck, I don't remember the name of my own tournament. The Ultrathon. Like, that's how it started. I was the same person. Like, I was just like the little guy. I was going to Craig and being like, "Yo, let's bring it back. We can do this." And he's like, "No, I don't think it's a good idea. It's not gonna work." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll figure it out on my own." And then when I approached like organizations at my college to fund it. Rest in peace, QuakeCon 2020. Yeah, rest in peace for sure. That was a sad day, that announcement. But yeah, when I approach people at my college to like get money and sponsor, like not sponsorship, but like a sponsor, a club, organization, like any of the gaming ones, like the esports people, I went to them first. I'm like, "Yo, I'm trying to do this thing. It's got gaming competition. It's right up everybody's alley because it's multiple games." And they're like, "That sounds stupid. We don't like that." And I'm like, "What?" Just because it's not Overwatch or Counter-Strike doesn't mean it's any less important than what you guys care about. But I don't care. I'm going to make my own way. And I did. I scrapped and clawed and made this happen and changed the way. I literally set the foundation for how anything that they do happens at the school now. Like, I told them how to film it, how to set it up, how to do everything. And I get no credit for that, but that's cool because I did what I wanted to do. But I drew a lot of parallels with that guy in terms of just like having a dream and then trying to go for it and then it just crashing down on top of you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sucks. But you just don't do cocaine. You can try again.
Yeah, first off, I want to go ahead and give credit where credit's due, man. Those documentaries they do are very well done. I think they're very well done because I'll watch and then I get hooked. Boom, I'm in it. And with his in particular, I too was impressed because I know how that feels to be such a big fan of something and just wanted to be a part of something. And then that's how I ended up getting into the whole Director of Awesome thing. I just wanted to be in competition, and then it just blew up from there. But it was also, how his downfall and how people can be self-destructive and then be the cause of their own demise. I also thought that was kind of interesting. There was a lot of philosophy in that episode. If you were if you were trying to look for it, you could see the philosophical implications of somebody trying to chase after something they really enjoyed,
Yeah, I agree.
But outside of that, there were some dope ass stories though. I was like, this guy is wild.
What was the one?
Hey Rod, I think your friend is holding back a bit.
Yeah. Today's Angels hold back day. He's been pretty chill today. I've been bringing the fury today. But we're doing okay, Robot. How's Grammy doing, Angel?
Oh, Robot, what's up, man? How you doing? Grandma's doing good, man. She's doing good. She's happy, she's healthy, and she talks a lot of trash. It's great. So she's doing really well. I think we're on the last topic right now. They're the guy, the Stampede. We're talking about documentaries and wrestling.
Yes. What was I gonna say? You were saying how well made they are in terms of episodes, and that's because I feel like they only have an hour to work with, so they have to put their best foot forward, or it's just like wasted time in terms of like what you're presenting and what the story you're trying to present is. And of course, any of these subjects could go into deeper detail, especially the stories that guy was getting himself into, covering himself in Vaseline and
cocaine. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I can't imagine a life like that.
There are many different lives that people live, that you can't really understand until you're in some of them. That's why these military guys got a bunch of good stories too.
Oops.
There you go. Wrestling and documentaries. Oh no!
What happened?
Nothing. I'm just being loud. Yeah, so they did the Owen Hart one, it was really sad.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
I didn't know there was so much, or they'd be presenting so much evidence. Like that was, I've never seen a lot of that, those pictures or anything. I'd seen some of the footage. I'm surprised they got it in such high quality of like the actual show, because what I've seen online is like really like bits and pieces and like really poor quality. But obviously they weren't going to show it if they were able to get that. I don't think they ever did. In terms of the police, the WWE is just sitting on it, and they never let it out. They just they hold on to the actual footage of him falling, because they have like 10, 15 cameras running at all times, and they all record off of them. So one of those cameras definitely got a long shot of like it happening. And I don't know where they put that or what they've done with it, but it definitely exists if they didn't destroy it, and we'll never see it, but nobody really wants to. But the fact that there was blood on the ring, and back then, like the quality of the cameras anyway, you couldn't see that, and they still went on with the show, is absurd and ridiculous. I mean, like, he died right there, and there's blood. Like, you see where he fell, and you're gonna keep going on. You can't. That's stupid. You've got to think about everybody in that case, including the fans, since they witnessed it.
I wonder if Vince McMahon regrets that.
I mean,
Puma, yeah, he died on TV. Well, they didn't have him on screen. So I guess the short story is he was supposed to be coming in from the ceiling and coming down onto the mat, similarly to what Sting was doing over at WCW. And the rigging team was a new team, and they used a specific type of rig that wasn't rated to hold him and gently bring him down onto the canvas. So that's basically what happened. So before he was getting ready to go, he stepped off the catwalk, and the hook that they had holding him wasn't rated for the weight. It opened up, and he fell down 100 feet, boom, onto the mat. But they didn't show it on live TV. I think they were panning. They were looking at the announcers, or they were looking at the crowd. So him actually falling was never captured on TV.
Yeah, it was just like right before a match happened. So they were doing like their transitional stuff, and then it just happened because he was getting ready to enter. And so it was like right in the in-between phase when they're just setting up and getting ready. And it just happened. And then everybody was just like shocked or shell shocked. Nobody knew what to do. And especially the fact they put JR in such a bad spot like that, just like no help. Nobody backstage is like giving him any information. Just he has to go live on TV and just try to help viewers and anybody, just himself, understand what just happened. And yeah,
it's pretty wild, man. What's up, Jefferson Raw? Yeah, because you could tell too when he said it, because he was like, Owen Hart has died, and he was just da 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 da. So he was shocked, said it matter of factly, and then he went on to call the next match. Weird, man. Yeah, so the interview, it's interesting, Mazzy Rip, because I didn't know about it either until they got really in depth on the Vice documentary. So he had pre-recorded what you guys had seen him doing the interview backstage. So that was pre-recorded, and while that was playing, he was on the catwalk, getting all hooked up, and then shortly thereafter, boom, he dropped. Yeah, it was wild. It's a wild story when you think about it, because it's so unnecessary, right?
Yeah, the fact that
It was so unnecessary.
the only reason why they were using that equipment is because they wanted him to get off a little bit faster, like to be able to hook himself. Like, you got a guy suspended in the air. You want to take every precaution possible and make sure that guy's safe if you're going to do that. And if you're not going to do that, then he has the right to decline. But unfortunately, just kind of like the pressure of wrestling, it just gets you into situations you don't want to be in.
Yeah, he was okay. I'm surprised no one did a conspiracy theory saying that like Steve Austin had something to do with it, because everybody knows that there was a botched pile driver that Owen Hart did to Steve Austin that almost paralyzed him. So Steve Austin has some permanent damage to his neck as a result of that one move. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah, I mean,
so there you go. Conspiracy theory.
Wrestling.
There you go.
like they had a video, or they did one episode where a guy who was paralyzed, like after like a pile driver, or no, he got dropped on his head in the middle of a suplex.
You're talking about draws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it was a power bomb.
Yeah, I meant to say power bomb. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, it's just a part of the business, unfortunately. Like, accidents happen. You can't really. I mean, you can be upset about it, but if it happened, it happened, and if there was no ill will, you can't really hold that grudge. And there's nobody who's gonna go out and kill somebody. I did see a lot of like people complaining on Twitter and stuff about like Owen Hart not being in the WWE Hall of Fame, like that his family should let him in, but this company killed him. Yeah. And you want him to be honored by that company that killed him, and let them take advantage of his name and put it in their little club. Yeah. I think it's absurd. Yeah. Like maybe like a actual general wrestling Hall of Fame. That everybody would be fine with that, but a WWE Hall of Fame, I don't.
Yeah, I didn't know why he wasn't in there, but now I know as a result of this documentary.
I mean, people still do pile drivers, just not in the WWE. They try to avoid that, but even in WWE, they'll do pile drivers on rare occasions. Speaking of pile drivers, and speaking of good wrestling, I watched AEW Double or Nothing last night, and it was fantastic. It was like, I mean, it's not like it's essentially the WrestleMania, but it's not like WrestleMania quality yet. But even then, just like the comedy, the wrestling, the spots, some of the paces of the matches were great, unbelievable. They did a 45-minute match in a football stadium, and I wasn't bored at any point. Like, they had what they called a stadium stampede match, and it was like Chris Jericho and his faction versus the Elite faction, which is like Kenny Omega and with addition to Matt Hardy. It was 5-on-5, and what they did is they like had them enter into the football stadium, and they gave them like football entrances, so they had like pyros and smokes and stuff as they were coming in. And here, let me see if I can pull up any of it.
You hear the AEW is killing it these days, man.
Yeah, they're taking it to a whole other level, man. It's crazy.
And Chris Jericho, didn't we look him up? He was almost 50, right? I think we looked him up last stream.
Yeah, he's like 49.
Ridiculous.
All right. So no sound, so we don't get sued. But yeah, so this is after the entrances. They lined up on like the 10-yard line. This is a YouTube video where someone put like the Avengers theme on, the Civil War theme. So it's basically like that. They line up, and they have one team has like football equipment on. They blow the whistle, and they just charge at each other with like weapons and stuff. And this dude throws a trash can. It just seems so stupid. It's so stupid, but it's great. It's awesome. I don't know. I highly suggest, if you love wrestling, watch this match. There's so many spots. Like there's a part where Jericho and somebody else was out on the sideline, and there was a bag of footballs. So the guy like knocks Jericho down. He goes, opens up the bag of footballs, and just starts like chunking footballs at him, just like one after the other, and just pegging him. It was great. Let me see if there's any other.
All of this sounds like stuff that like we would do this in middle school or high school with our buddies.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the creative here. Is like a bunch of guys who were like, what's the most nonsense we can do in a match and make it great and fun to watch, and they're out there doing it. They're living the dream.
Oh man,
Let me see.
that's
Let me
nice.
see some other good spots.
It's crazy too to see some of the older wrestlers, because Matt Hardy's old. He's old school, but to see him to come back and still be able to perform and be taken seriously, that's nice. Because usually you see those guys when they go back to the WWE, they're some of the storylines they put them in or the way that they treat the guys, they don't seem. I don't know. They stick out. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. Oh crap! I went too far. So there's like a bell they have at the stadium. He rang the bell in his face, and then stuck him in a wheelchair and just taped him down, and that's how they eliminated the guy from the match. But what was I saying? Yeah, with WWE, when they bring back like legacy guys, they kind of just use their name, and they do that with like new stars too. Like if they see a big name, like they were trying to sign Kenny Omega for like the longest time.
This is so. This is so stupid.
Yep.
I love it.
So they're trying to sign Kenny Omega for the longest time, WWE, and he never signed with them, which is great because now he's doing AEW. What they do is they just sign these people and bring them back just so they have like ownership of their name and their character, and they may never do anything with them, but as long as they're on the WWE on the WWE books, they have free reign over that character, so they can't go anywhere else. They can't wrestle. They can't make. Yeah. Nobody else can use that name except for them, and it prevents competition from getting better because they just like hold everybody, and then or they try to get a hold of everybody. But now wrestlers are smartening up. They understand the business better, and they go to places like AEW, which they don't have to work as much, but they still get decent paydays, and better on their bodies, better for their family life. What I like about them is they're trying to change it up. Besides creative, but also backstage and everything. Wait, he put a broom in the handles.
So stupid. I love it. Look at it. I love it.
All right, well, we'll stop that there just so we don't get any copyright strikes later.
Look at Jeff's like, look at this guy. That's exactly what happens when you hear a bell ring. Listen.
Hey, if a bell is wrong like 2 inches from your face, that's going to be your reaction for sure. You're going to be shell shocked.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny.
But
it's so funny.
Yeah.
I love wrestling. I love it. You just have to suspend, whatever. You have to suspend belief, whatever, and just get in the moment. Just get in the moment, because
it's entertainment.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause you want to say it's fake, but the damage they take, I shouldn't say all the damage, but they do take damage, right? As performing the moves and everything else. So there is some damage that they sustain, right? There is some physicality to it, but it is, for the most part, it's just straight up entertainment. I'm all about that. I'm okay with that. I'm good with a grown man soap opera. I'm cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm down. I went to a match live one time, and I got into it, man. Like, I was yelling, I was screaming. Little kids were looking at me like I was weird. You know what I mean? Because they're sitting there just watching the show, and there I am, couple rows behind them, just screaming like, "Oh my God, is that guy alive? Oh my God!" You know. But me and the drunk college kids, we were yelling, having a good time, and then by the end, even the kids were yelling, the parents yelling. It was great. It's so good.
Yeah, I was the last show I went to was a SmackDown with Trey. He had like an extra ticket, and he invited me out, so I joined up with him.
That's a nice date.
Yes, it was a great date. Unfortunately, it was SmackDown, and SmackDown is trash now, but it was still fun. But yeah, we sat in these seats where we had like a dad and his two little girls in front of us, and this one girl and either her boyfriend or her brother. I'm not sure. I didn't ask, but but I did talk to her, or like ask her about something later on, because it involved these like two girls in front of us. Now she was like you. She got like crazy about all the baby faces. She was like screaming and yelling. And this little girl in front of us, every time she'd start screaming, this girl next to me, the little girl would look back and be like, "What's wrong with this woman?" And then me over here, I would go for all the heels. So I'd be cheering for them just to like make all the kids around us mad. So it's fun if you get into it. And it's fun. It's just fun entertainment, and you go out there. Don't take it seriously. Just appreciate that people are putting their bodies on the line to entertain you, and just let yourself get immersed in the story, and you'll have fun.
You know what's another great place that if you allow yourself to be immersed, you will be 100% pleased? Medieval times.
Yes.
What y'all know about that?
Yes, I completely agree. It's wrestling. It's essentially wrestling. You have a guy who comes out as the king, and he's like, "All my subjects, eat your chicken without forks and spoons."
I'm like, yeah.
And then you sit in a section, they give you a knight. They force you to have someone to cheer for. It's genius. We had the Green Knight. He sucked the last time I went, but that's neither here nor there. You get up and you cheer for your knight, and you hope he wins. It's fun. It's just good old-fashioned fun. That's all you can ask for.
I love it. I would love to figure out how to get down there one day, like pulled out of the crowd or whatever, go down there and to fight. Like Cable Guy, yeah.
Like Cable Guy.
You know what I mean? I think it would be so dope. This is so dope. This is one of my favorite places to go. I took my daughter there. Yo, I embarrassed her. Woo, she did not know what she was getting into. And then you know how they throw the flowers? They'll throw the flowers at people. So I'm like, "Hey, my daughter!" Yes. I'm yelling. My daughter's like, "Stop, Dad, stop!" And then the knight hit her in the face with a carnation. It was great. It was great. So this was a great trip.
I don't know if we got some action.
Yeah.
Is someone gonna fight or no? What's happening?
Well, he was just giving. Oh, there it is. There it is. Look at that. So real. It's real.
It's real to me.
It's real. I love it. I love it so much. I get into it. I get out of control, man. I get out of control. That's one of my faves. What can I say? Tell me it wouldn't be dope. And tell me it would not be dope going down there and performing in front of a live audience.
I would love to be like a knight. That'd be so much fun. And fight every night.
It'd be crazy, man.
And the thing is too, you can they can change up the story every night. So it's never the same. You're not doing the same thing. You might win one night, you might lose, but either way you're telling a story and having fun. You're putting on a show.
Oh wait, the king told them to stop. And everybody's like, ooh. Yeah, I've been there quite a few times.
Actually, we had a queen last time I went. It was a...
Oh, shit. Hashtag diversity. Oh, my goodness. So cute.
This camera sucks.
So cute.
But,
it's so cute.
Yeah, that's everything we got today. Yeah, check out AEW. Dynamite on Wednesdays. Now there's no Masked Singer, so I can watch all the wrestling I want. Which Masked Singer is also disappointing now. I want to point that out. I was on board season 1 and 2, but this last season they just keep making the seasons longer, and I don't just have 12 people, not 19 or however many they had this year this season. 12 people, make the tournament make sense. Don't have 1 week 12 people, and then the next week 9 people, but then next week after that 8 people, then we drop it down to 5, then we have 4, then we have 3 for the finals. I'm like, what the fuck? Just do a regular tournament, make sense.
Yeah.
Well, Decisive, admittedly, I didn't pay the $50. I found other ways of watching the pay-per-view last night.
It's not, if you have like a couple people pitch in,
That's
typically what we would do. We would pitch in and then, either go to someone's house and then bam. Or even now, if you guys pitched in and then
like streamed it online in Discord or something.
it had like a watch party, yeah. But if you're paying for it, it's okay. But it's all about, so the $50, right? It's like, man, am I gonna pay $50 just to watch this show? That's ridiculous. But then you think about people who go to the bars
and spend,
and then when you're in the bar,
hundreds of dollars.
yeah,
on
you're gonna go
alcohol.
past $50 really. They're taking in dinner, the drinks, and then God forbid you start flirting. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're
And
done. You're done there.
So it's all about entertainment value and perspective. But typically it's you have people pitch in, and then I think watching the pay-per-view with other people makes it even better.
Yeah, for sure. Like having somebody to watch it with, it's a completely different scenario. The thing is, I thought about paying $50 last night because it was AEW, and it was like, and it was a good show. It was worth paying money for. I'm like,
You got to support them now.
I
Got to
might do a
support them.
Discord thing next time. So be on the lookout. If you're not in the Discord, hit me up. I'll get it to you. I think
Why not in the theater?
They've done that before with like WrestleManias. And speaking on like the different experience of watching with people versus watching alone, there's a show called Impractical Jokers. I love it. It's another just dumb, fun, entertaining show. But I've only ever watched it on TV. And so I've only ever watched it by myself. And they came out with a movie in August or something, the Impractical Jokers movie. So I went to the movie theater to go watch it. And like the first like funny thing happened and I laughed and then people around me laughed. I'm like, this is a weird experience. Like other people like what I like? What? It's just it having a group with like the same mindset with you to experience something is just so much better. It makes the experience so much better.
Hell yeah.
That's
Fried chicken and beer in Korea is so much better with friends.
Yep.
What up?
I just want to make a point of that. And but what was I gonna say? We got off track on something. AEW Wednesdays. Oh, Masked Singer. Yeah. And I thought by now they get actual stars, but no, they're like B, C tier people, and it's just not worth it. I'm gonna watch the first episode next season, and if they don't hook me, I'm gonna just watch AEW Dynamite every night, every Wednesday, and you should too.
All right.
But other than that, I think that's gonna be it for us.
Bet. So what games are you going to be playing this week on the way out?
I have no idea. Faraday,
Nice.
the Masked Singer is it's actually like originated in Korea, I believe, or Japan, one of the two. And
It seems like a Japan game, probably.
yeah, I thought so too, but I saw it in like a Korean thing. I had to look it up. I don't want to be wrong about that, but I'll look it up for next time. But the Masked Singer essentially is people come out on stage and they're costumed and they're wearing masks to prevent people from knowing their identity, and they go out and sing a song. And then after they sing, they give some clues, and like the panel and the audience try to guess who this person is. And the way the American version is set up is like a tournament. So they have, this past season, they had 19 people or something, and then like they split them up into groups of 6 and 5 and whatever. And then each week they have like the group come out, sing, and whoever got the least amount of votes from the panel and the audience got eliminated. And then at the end of the episode, they took off their mask and they revealed whoever it was. And sometimes you might know who they are. Most of the times I didn't know who the hell they were. It was like some girl named JoJo Siwa. You got a daughter. Do you know who JoJo Siwa is?
No.
Ask your daughter about her. She'll know.
It's a JoJo Siwa? What the hell is
SIWA or something. She's like some girl who does social media. I don't know.
Oh, she's like a young kid.
Yeah.
Why would I? Oh, because you said my daughter. I'm glad that you prefaced it with that.
Well, that's the whole point. Yeah, she was on the show. I mean, like, I didn't think it was gonna be my type of show either, but I liked the first episode and like the just it being so concise, and then just the game of like not looking online for spoilers, but like being a detective and like taking the clues they give you, researching it, and being like, oh, this person has this many kids. They made a reference to this show and this song. I'm going to try to put these clues together and figure out if I can figure out who they are. And it was fun. But now I'm kind of just busy with life, and the characters, the people that they have on the show now, I just don't care to look up. So I just don't, I'm kind of checking out, but it's whatever. Anyway, the games I'm playing this week, I'm going to do some more Spider-Man DLC. I did the first chapter. I liked it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a great story, like, side quest. I think it was better than the story. The side, well, kind of. It had a little bit more detail to it. But the side quest was pretty cool. I wish it was implemented in the story. I'm not going to say anything in regards to those because they're spoilers. But I'm interested, for sure. It's nice to have, I can skip all the side missions and all the criminal activities and not have
to, buddy.
I mean, there's trophies, but there's no other platinum trophies, so I don't really care that much. And really the trophies unlock new costumes once you get them, but I don't care that much because they're not that great either. So I'm just focused on the game, and it's so much better. But what else? I might start up Rage 2 again. Finish that if it's still on Game Pass. I hope it is, because I'm like halfway through the game and I'm not buying it. What else? That's all I got planned. I might play some more Halo. They're supposed to be coming out with the hotfix that prevents you from shooting your teammates, which, you know what? I finally have video for that if you want to watch it.
Oh my goodness.
I went back and grabbed the video.
Ridiculous. That's PC or Xbox that you're playing it on?
It's both right now. But I was playing on PC, but it's an issue on both. Let me see. Clips. Come on. Load faster.
I haven't played a Halo game in a hot minute, and my Xbox stuff is all in store. Everything's in storage.
Do you even have a controller anymore?
No, I have one. Dev Monty sent me one after my last one committed controller side and decided to leap out of my hands and aggressively jump onto the ground by itself. I didn't toss it in a fit of rage. It did it all by itself.
It had a mind of its own.
Yeah, but I have a controller.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. Well, once they kind of fix Halo, you should pop back on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's one of my favorite franchises. 1, 2, and 3, baby.
Okay, I can turn the audio up on this since it's my content. It's not illegal.
I know, but I see him now.
All right, so I'm hunting this guy down. I'm trying to find him.
I remember this map.
Snipers.
I've got the rockets. I'm like, okay, I see a red. I shoot my rocket. Did you see that? Did you see that?
It went through the wall, huh?
No, it didn't even.
It just disappear, huh?
Yeah, like twice.
Apparently rockets don't exist anymore in this universe.
That's like.
That's very weird.
Yeah, that's projectiles. Anytime you look down at the ground, which is absurd because that happens all the time in Halo when you jump up in the air.
Yeah.
But I shot 2 rockets, nothing happened, and I was very upset. So it happened again, multiple times. Let me load up Rockets 2, Electric Boogaloo.
That's ridiculous.
So here I am, again, hunting somebody down.
Oh man, this is bringing back some good memories.
I'm on this bridge. I shoot my shot. Nothing came out of the rockets. But look up here in the top left corner.
I guess.
You betrayed.
Our rockets
and that's my teammate, Ebola. And he's over here yelling at me. He's like, what the fuck? You killed me. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't understand what happened. And then I realized.
You had the high ground.
Yeah.
Looking at the bridge floor.
Yeah, a shot.
And it does not register a hit.
But I killed my teammate. So in addition to when you shoot down at the ground, if anybody else is looking down at the ground at that very moment, they get hit by whatever you shot.
Where were you? Wait, stop
That's
shooting
ridiculous.
me.
How does that happen?
That's weird.
At the guy.
That's a weird blug.
So it happened, I'm going to skip the brute shot one, but I did with a shotgun. Same teammate, because it was my friend that I was playing with. Hunting down this guy here. Got the shotgun. He's down in the corner. I shoot my shotgun. Boom! You betrayed your teammate. What is happening?
Again?
How is that game?
I can't. I wasn't even.
How does this game get
man.
past testing?
Why can't I jump in the
No,
air and
I
shoot?
would
Every
not.
time I do it,
I would.
it's like,
I can't play that. Nope.
Yeah. So I might
Nope.
play that. I might get upset again later in the.
Oh, that's
this week,
ridiculous.
but we'll see.
Nope.
What do you got going on? You got Bloodborne still?
Listen. There's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on. First off, apparently I have a really good team now that we're actually trying to complete raids. So like we're actually playing in Destiny, right? Playing more often. But the reason why I bring that up is because I have a new controller, and now I'm able to turn left, and it's very strange because I had played on a broken controller for so many months that I had taught myself how to not turn left. So now it's weird. I'm having to relearn how to turn left, which is exciting.
Are you gonna jump back on Doom? Can you do that on stream? I want to see and fight.
Yeah, I know. I want to load it back up and see how I do now.
Fight a marauder.
Yeah, I should do better. I should do better because he kept strafing to the left, and that's when I would get bopped. But so this week I'm going to be focusing on stream. I'm going to be doing more Bloodborne because I enjoy suffering. So I'm going to play this game that I know is broken. Okay, I know it's broken. It's broken. We already talked about it. Frame rate drops. The hit detection changes if you're close to people, if you're close to buildings and whatever. It's broken mess, but I love it and I need to beat it. So I'm going to play more Bloodborne all week. That'll be on stream. Off stream, I'm probably going to be going through Shadow of Complex Remastered. I think that's going to be my off stream game. And then depending on when I defeat Bloodborne, the next thing I want to do on stream is I'm going to take it back and I'm going to do some Demon's Crown Pro. So, or Dragon's Crown. I'm sorry, Dragon's Crown Pro. I think that's what I'm going to do after Bloodborne, just to break up something on online, my stream, whatever I'm playing, before I jump into another big game. And then I think the next big game I might do after that, I'm torn between Lego Star Wars, because people in the chat were asking me to play that, or jumping onto Neo and going through Neo. So,
but you didn't play. I thought you did play that, or you didn't finish it.
I didn't finish it because I was doing Neo, and then I think I got focused on Street Fighter, I think is what it was.
Gotcha. Did you ever do a Don't Turn Left challenge with your like wheel of challenges or whatever?
No, because not being able to turn left was something that was a daily challenge that I had to overcome. So, but no.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Verity Puma in my chat mentioned it. I'm like, he might have actually done that, but
no, I didn't do that. It was some other ones for because those challenges were specifically for Destiny. So it was like go through a strike using like white tier gear, go through a strike only using punches. Go through a strike only using pistols, stuff like that.
Yeah. Funny enough, I did come across that issue where I wasn't able to turn right in my PC games because the way I have my mouse set up on between two computers, if I go too far right on some games, like Halo, of course, another issue with Halo, it doesn't lock the mouse to my screen while I'm in game. So if I go right, it'll zip off to my other computer, and then I'm just like stuck. I'm like, I can't turn right. What the fuck? So I know your pain, just not as much since I didn't figure out to solve the issue. But
it was wild. It was wild. It's good times. So that's what I'm gonna be doing over on the channel. A Bloodborne on stream, Shadow Complex off stream, and then I'll transition over to Dragon's Crown to have a nice break between two massive games. And then we'll jump into something else.
I'm also going to play Madden. The Madden story in Madden 19.
Gross.
I want to know what happens. I just got in. Last Madden I played was 2018. I got drafted to the Dallas Cowboys, my favorite team. And that's where the story ended. So I got to continue. I got to win the Super Bowl for my boys because that's not happening in real life.
I've never heard anyone say that I need to play Madden for the story.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever heard that.
And it's the last time you'll ever hear it because they don't have a story mode anymore. But yeah, that's going to be it for us. So let's take it out. Thank you guys for stopping by, hanging out, doing what you guys do best, keeping the chat alive. I'm trying to turn this off so I can turn this back on. There we go. Down below, is where you can find us online. Actually, no, that's not where you can find me on Twitter because something happened. YourFace NA, North America. YourFace NA is my actual tag. But yeah, follow us online so you can hear our view our streams and see what we have to say. You can see that picture of my window where I punched the hole through the glass on my Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, but you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Enjoy this extended weekend. Go play some video games. Have some fun. And we'll see you next time.
Laters.
Goodbye.
Bloodborne be hurting my feelings, man.